the stuff at Move. Not even just the stuff this summer, but everything. I like to call the last night of a Move the so what night. Because there's a night we finally come down to asking the question, so what? Oh man, we had such an awesome week, it was so cool, the band was so great, and it's like, so what? But we got together and we, had this prayer time and Devo time and we heard great speakers and so what? The real question comes with the last word they've given us. Hupomeno. That's the Greek for it. It's the word that Paul would have scrawled down in large letters because he could barely see, as he writes this last letter to his young son in the faith. Hupomeno. Try it. Hupomeno. It means, well, it's two words really kind of shoved together. One word is the word simply for standing. The other is the word for underneath, as though you're standing up underneath a burden, which strikes me as kind of interesting, given that Paul was probably in the lower section of the Mamertine prison in Rome when he wrote it. But we'll get there in a second. First, I have a confession to make. It has been a blessing to be with you guys. It has been a joy to be part of this. But you need to know that the angels are waiting for their favorite moment at Move, and it hasn't happened yet. It wasn't when all the red cards fell off the tree. It wasn't even when the mirror ball flashed out, or when you guys shoved your hands in the air to scream everything. I honestly believe that the angels are waiting for the last note of the last song of the last moment when we get unleashed on the world. And so is the other team, because they want us to go home just like we came. And so Paul says it again through the ages. Hupomeno. Endure. Go one more step. Confession number 2, I don't get some sports. I saw some kids, my wife and I were in Washington, D.C. the other day, and I saw some girls playing rugby. I know that's like, how can those two things be together, girls and rugby? But they were doing the whole, it looked like Invictus with girls. I mean, they're just slamming one another and throwing each other to the ground. And I'm looking at this sport thinking, this does not look like fun in any session that I can think of. But the most unfun and weird sport to me is called the marathon. Now, a marathon is very, very simple. You run 26.2 miles. I used to say 26, and the marathoner came up and said, it's 26.2, because it's that 0.2 that can get you. And that is so true. Because in a marathon, every single step you take past mile number 1 or 2, your body is saying to you, sit down, just sit down. Let's just rest. How about we just lay down? I think it is, quite frankly, an intelligence test, and you fail if you do it because you are not designed to run 26.2 miles. Has anybody here ever run a half a marathon? 13.1. We're a half marathon. I did that last year myself, and you may go, wow, why? I will tell you why. I did it in self-defense. My wife is a marathoner. She's run 4, and she's going to run the, what they call the Marine Corps Marathon in Washington, D.C. this coming fall. Wow. She's hardcore. She did the Boston Marathon. Whoa. I went up with her. Did I run it? No. Someone had to hold the water and go, go, go. So that's what I did. That, and I had my secret little sign that I would put out when she wasn't around that said, just quit now. Because that's what my body would have wanted to do. Just stop, please. But I suppose the marathon is the best image that I could possibly come up with for what we have to ask you to do tonight. Hupomeno. One more step. When you're tired and frustrated and irritated and ticked, just one more step.